Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Donna Fiesel, and I'm your host of Donna's Edge television talk show where truth matters. Thank you so much for watching every day, Monday through Friday, beginning at 1 p.m. as I get to ride home with you in the afternoon. The show is all about you, and you can find us on television, and that's an abundant television found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. And don't forget the podcast on thenewscasters.com. Another way you can find us through all the social media sites. We do that, including facebook.com/DFiesel. Continue sending emails. I appreciate those, and I treasure each one. Donna at donnasedge.com. That's Donna at donnasedge.com. So you love the shows where we have ingredients and natural ways to survive, and I've got a real good one for you right now, and it's how you can make your own bug spray. Effective bug spray, and it's the natural way for just pennies. It absolutely costs you not that very much at all to make this stuff, and it's really, really awesome. It works. It's no DEET. DEET has been found to actually cause cancer in laboratory animals. So I just wanted to share this with you, and it definitely works. Let's go ahead and get started with the first video. You can see me outside working.
Hey guys, we are here on the farm, and I just wanted to show you the next project. And these are called the American Beauty Berries. And there's several different reasons you would like to, and sometimes you find these on the side of the road. Be very careful if it's on the side of the road at the interstate. Could be that, something has been put on the roads to keep insects, which is, not a natural thing, keep the insects away, but preferably on your own land if you have some. And these things are easy to grow. But there's a couple of things I'm going to do. So check out the berries. They are absolutely beautiful berries. Now you don't want to get, the ones you really want to get are the ones that are like really purple right there. Now this part right here, I'm going to leave that alone because they're still green. They're not ready to go yet. I'm even going to leave these alone because there's still some green inside there. But did you know the leaves of these are also, there's a little film on there. You can use these if you're looking for an insect repellent. This is it right here. Okay, and I'm going to put these, I'm going to get these, clean them off, dry them off a little bit. I don't want anything on them, not any brown spots, anything like that. I'm going to put these in a solution. Only two ingredients will be the leaves and the rubbing alcohol. And you have to let it set for about 3 days or so. Let it set out in the sun. And then also I'm going to get some of these leaves and dry them, and I'm going to make salves out of it. So the rubbing alcohol will be something you'll be able to spray to keep mosquitoes and gnats and all kinds of insects off of you while you're outside. And being in a solution of rubbing alcohol is going to, it'll just last a long time. Then the salve, I'm going to get some of the leaves, I'm going to dry them. I prefer to dry them naturally. So I'm going to get a couple of old screens, window screens, and put that in the back of the cars. And then I'll put the leaves on top of them and let them air dry. I prefer to use screens because in the screen you'll be able to let air circulate all over the leaf, so it's going to dry much better. I'll turn the leaves over probably, the next day. It's going to take about 3 days of drying. Then what I'm going to do is crush them up, and I'll put them in a solution also of olive oil, and we'll let those set. The longer they set, the better. So I'm going to let these things set the rest of the year, and then come springtime when I'm outside working in the garden again, I'll have a salve that I'll be able to use and get rid of mosquitoes and just, those crazy bugs that like to fly. Then when you live in the South, that's what you get. The South is the best place to live, but you do have some aggravating things that occur living in the South as well. Okay, so I'm going to go on ahead and some of the berries, and I'll show you really quick. Let's find a place that would be like really easy for you to see and see what I'm doing. How about these? Oh, right here. This would be a good spot right there. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I've got my pan, and again, I'm leaving these alone because these right here still have some green in them, and what I prefer to get are these. So this is all you do, very gently. There you go. I don't know if you can see me or not. I hope I have the camera angled the right way. I prefer not to get the stems and that kind of thing. So let's go on ahead and I'll get this ring. Aren't they beautiful? They're just gorgeous berries. And so I'll just get these. And I'm going to make jam out of these. And they don't have a whole lot of a flavor to them, but I'm going to tell you that they're the most beautiful jams, and I put a little bit of lemon juice in there, and that kind of adds to the flavor. So I'll kind of give you a close-up so you can see what they look like in the pan, if that's possible. May not have it angled correctly. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll cut this short, and we'll come back when I've got this thing full of berries.
You'll be glad. You wait until the next segment. You're going to see what I'm talking about. But before we get started on that, I wanted to show you, this is the spray, okay? And it does have a fragrance rubbing alcohol unless you put some essential oil. So we have our favorite, I love to purchase this. It's our favorite essential oil, and it's an orange scent. It's actually orange extract. And that's what you want, not a fragrance, but you really want the essential oils in this. And this is especially for people who are like me, who break out in hives over nothing anyway. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and spray some of this. Now you'll spray it all over your body, all over your legs, and what have you. But I'm spraying it on my hands right now, and it's just a beautiful, lovely scent. Because now the alcohol is okay; it's rubbing alcohol. And again, it's going to last for years, a long time. But of course, we'll use it up in just a couple of months. Phil and I will, because we're outside a lot. Now, the only thing about using the spray is temporarily, your skin is going to be kind of a greeny color. But and actually mine is not. But sometimes when you spray it on, some people, it's kind of a green color, but it goes away as that alcohol evaporates into your skin and keeps the bugs away. You'll not see any of that. So let's go ahead and look at the next video and you get a little more insight.
Hey guys, I'm back. Just wanted to show you something beautiful. These are called the American Beauty Berry. And you probably see these along the interstates. I'd be very careful harvesting those because a lot of pesticides and things have been put around that area, and you may eat something you don't need to eat. Now, a lot of folks have asked, are these poisonous? No, they're not poisonous. But I wanted to show you how beautiful this beauty bush is. The leaves are extremely important as well. You can use these. I'll be harvesting these as well. These you can use as a mosquito repellent naturally. No DEET. No, DEET has been found as causing cancer, and so we don't want that. But I just wanted to show you how beautiful this bush is. You can harvest the berries, and what I like to do with them, you can make a salve out of them, and they're really good in skincare. And another thing they're good for also is jam. And Phil really loves that, well, not jam, but jelly, because what you do is you harvest the berries, which is something that I'm doing right now. You'll harvest the berries. You want to clean them good in cold water, but be very gentle with these things because the color will come off, and you don't want a whole lot of the color coming off. We'll go ahead and harvest. I'll wash them really good and kind of let them dry just a little bit, and then I'll put them in a stock pot and boil those for about 40 minutes, and we're going to have some awesome jelly coming out of this. Now, getting back to the leaves, and we'll have another segment about that, but I'll be harvesting those, and there are two ways I'm going to dry these. I'll put some in the food dehydrator. I'm also going to get some screens, window screens I found here on the farm. They're clean, and they're not rusty, so don't use anything that's rusty, but use a good clean screen. And then I'll put those in the back of the car, and I'll put these leaves, I'll wash them off, then I'll go ahead and put those in the back of the car. And let them dry for a few days. Now, every day, what I'll do at the end of the day, I'll go ahead and just turn the leaves over so they get good circulation. But now I like to use screens when I'm drying these because of the circulation. So you're going to have, at the bottom of the leaf is going to get ample drying time as well as the top of the leaf. Okay, just wanted to show you I'm here on the farm, and Buddy is out here with me. And he's got a stick close by, and Where'd you go to? There he is. So there's Buddy. Hey, Buddy. Say hi to everybody. He's my little guard dog. He's been with me for a long time, and he's my little bud. And I'm going ahead and show you too the garden area. It's fenced in. We like to love deer, but I don't want them in my garden. So there's the fenced in area for the garden, and it's a pretty big one. We've had a good harvest this year. The gazebo out there, we've got a shade cloth over that. That's where I like to go and do my planting, and got sunflowers all over the place. Chickens, this is where they are. It looks like they're inside right now, probably eating, because I've been spoiling them with the American Beauty berries as well. Thanks for watching, and have another episode coming up in just a few minutes, and we'll show you what happens when you have the beauty berries. I'm trying to be as slow as I can. You hear the chickens going? They hear me out here. I think it's feed time again, and I'll show you what these look like.
Yeah, I'm popular at feed time with the chickens and all the animals we have out here, but it's so much fun. I wanted to show you, this is the jelly right here, the beauty berry jelly. It has a beautiful look to it. That's why I'm saying when you wash the berries, be very, very gentle with them, because, you know, a lot of the beauty in that is the berry itself. So that's how it turns out. Again, everything is done the natural way here. You know, no flavorings, nothing like that. No food coloring. I just love that. And I also read that the American Indians actually use the beauty berries also in their dyes. And so we'll be talking about that also in just a few minutes with something else I found out there on the farm. But before we go into a break, let's take a quick look at this one.
Okay, so the focus is always on the American Beauty berries. And I'll let you see what they look like here in a pan. And I am gathering the berries, but my focus mainly today is about the leaves. So let's talk about that just a little bit. Now, the leaves have a coating on them, and the coating that's on the leaves, I'm going to go ahead and put the pot down. The coating that is on the leaves right here is actually an insect repellent right here. There's a film that you can't see it, but there's a film on it. So what I'm going to do is get these leaves two different ways. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and gather some leaves, and I'm going to put them in rubbing alcohol. And now this is not something you take internally. Okay, this is going to be outside, and you'll use it as a spray. Now it takes a while to make this. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll put this in the rubbing alcohol, and the rubbing alcohol is going to cause that film of the protective, again, insect repellent to come into the liquid, to come into the rubbing alcohol. Then when you go outside, all you got to do is just spray it on you. Now, another thing I'm going to do is gather up enough of these leaves right here to dry them. And again, I'm going to be drying them inside the car. And once they're dry, I'm going to go ahead and put them up in a packet. And then what I'm going to do is put them in olive oil and let them sit in that olive oil solution for several months. Now, needs to be where sun can get to it, because we really want it to take. Then what I'm going to do with this is make a salve out of it. So again, with the leaves as they are like this, I'll go ahead and put them in the rubbing alcohol solution, and it'll keep indefinitely. And, well, it won't keep here because we use it a lot. But anyway, we'll make a spray with the alcohol, and then we'll make a salve out of the dried leaves. Stay tuned.
Okay, we're back. It's easy. I mean, it's so incredibly easy, and you're making it for pennies on the dollar. And again, it's a spray. You can leave it just like it is. I just like to, we love the orange scent. So again, we buy the orange essential oils to go down. It only takes a few drops of that too, by the way. And it's a little more expensive than a fragrance oil, but it's worth every single penny because it stays. Let's go into a commercial break. We'll return in just a minute.
Queen City Used Car Sales has been serving drivers in the Northeast Alabama area for years with a quality selection of late model used cars, SUVs, and pickup trucks. On top of our extensive selection and competitive prices, We offer professional auto financing services for used car buyers of all credit levels. Whether you've just begun your search or you're ready to secure your next vehicle, at Twin City Used Car Sales, you will drive away with the vehicle of your dreams. The sales and finance staff at Twin City Used Car Sales looks forward to serving you, and you can apply for financing online before your visit to our used dealership in Gadsden, Alabama. Check us out on the web at twincityusedcars.com or go by our location at 901 First Avenue, Gadsden, Alabama. We sincerely look forward to serving you. At Lamone's Mexican Restaurant, located in Henniger, Alabama, and voted Best Mexican Restaurant of DeKalb County, Alabama 2020, we're here to serve you with authentic Mexican cuisine. Order easily online by going to lamonsmex.com or call 256-657-3999 to place your order. We're open Sunday through Thursday 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Friday and Saturday 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Whether you're celebrating a cozy date night for two or a celebration for a crowd, at Lamone's you'll love our atmosphere and friendly servers. Thank you for dining with Lamone's Mexican Restaurant.
Are you ready?
We all wonder what tomorrow will bring. But the future lays itself at the feet of the prepared and surrenders to the will of the persistent. It's not easy, but today shapes you so you can shape tomorrow. With Northeast Alabama Community College, when the future asks if you're ready, you can answer.
Yes.
Begin your future at Northeast Alabama Community College.
We're back. My name is Donna, and I'm your host of Donna's Edge Television Talk Show, and we are talking about the American Beauty Berry, and you can find it everywhere in the South. I don't know about the North, but you can also, these things root extremely easy. Let me tell you how to do that really quick. Now, you want to wait until fall of the year to do this, okay, or maybe early spring. So you'll just cut off about the size of a straw. You'll cut off a piece of the wood, piece of the limb, and you want to cut it at the bottom at an angle. Okay, you want to set it in water and let it go on ahead and start its rooting procedure, or you can go on ahead and get a root compound. It's a rooting hormone compound, and you dip it down into that rooting compound and just stick it in dirt. And I'm just telling you, this thing grows like magic. Now you want to set it out to itself, because one little stem right here can turn into a huge tree of berries. And again, some people just have the tree just for the birds, and the birds love to eat the berries as well. But we use it for both reasons. Let's go ahead and go into another video, real short video, and we'll return in just a few minutes.
Hey everybody, so I am back. Brought the leaves in that we're sitting in the car. These are the beauty berry leaves. We're going to use these for a bug repellent, all natural one. The beauty berry leaves, as we said before, has this little film, the little like very small film on the leaves, and you use that film. You do going ahead and dry the leaves, put it in a solution. 2 ingredients, that's it. A solution of olive oil, and I like to use the best quality olive oil that you can possibly find. This is virgin olive oil. You have to spend a little bit more for it, but it's worth it. Okay, this is a little pile I have right here. This is just stuff that's going to go out to the chickens, and also, just for waste products. I don't throw anything away. And this is all plant material. So what I'm doing right now, I'm just getting the biggest of the stems out. You don't have to do this step. I just do for some reason. So I'm just kind of filtering through and just pulling those out. I think we're probably okay now. Again, do not get these until they are 100% dry. The reason you don't want to do anything with any moisture on it is moisture is an enemy when it comes to making this salve. Okay, so ingredients that go in the salve would be actually the olive oil solution. It's got to set here now for quite a few days in a warm, dry place. And also, no sun needs to hit it. It just needs to be a dark place. And I've got a little bit started in there. I put a little bit of olive oil just so you can kind of get the gist of it and see what it looks like laying in there. Now this solution has been sitting for 1 day, and you can already see the olive oil is turning a darker green color, and that's what we want. Now the longer it sits in this solution, the absolute better you're going to have. It'll be much more potent. Alright, so this is what I'm going to do. I have my little, this little contraption on it right now, and I do that because it's going to be easier to go into the jar and I'm not going to have as much waste. And even though really the leaves cost me nothing because they're on the trees outside, I still like to, you know, keep as much of it. I don't want to waste it. So I'll go ahead and put some in there, and we'll see how much we can get into this jar. A lot of people would put the green maybe about halfway, and you can do that any way you want to do it, about halfway, and then fill the rest of it with olive oil. Again, I want a much more potent solution, so I'm just going to see how much I can get in here. Now you want to at least leave maybe 3/4 with just plain olive oil in it. That would be fine. Now what I'm going to do, use these for, again, it's going to sit in a solution. It'll be diluted. I'll run it through some cheesecloth just to get the leaves out of it, and we are going to be left with some very potent stuff here. This is going to be like super good stuff. I'll go on ahead and we'll take this off. I like to use my big wooden spoon. I like this one because it's long and it's narrow. You can see it's a long, narrow spoon, and I'm going to go ahead and just kind of punch some of those leaves down in there. Okay, because it can't be too dry now. You've got to have enough of the olive oil solution for it to do its thing as well. Okay, you can see that's pretty thick. Let's go ahead and add some of the olive oil and see what happens. And I just eyeball it. I really don't measure anything. A lot of people do a 2 to 1, or do say a 1/4 to 2. In other words, they would fill, say, the greenery up to about 1/3 of it, and then the rest would be olive oil. I choose to have a more potent, especially using it for a bug spray, because I gotta have it. I think we're going to be able to put the rest of this in here, and we are. So let's go ahead and put the rest. I don't want to lose those precious leaves because, again, this is DEET free. It's all natural. Only 2 ingredients: extra virgin, high quality olive oil, and these leaves that have dried. Look at all that precious stuff right there. And believe me, I'm a magnet for these things. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and take the spoon out just for a second. And I'm going to put it over here to the side. Put that back on it. And let's move the jar over side. Again, all that luscious stuff is going in there. There we go. I got it. Okay, I'll go ahead and put that over the side. I'm not going to scoop that up. I mean, what if a drop of moisture is on this counter somewhere? You know what I mean? I'd rather be safe than sorry. Okay, now what I'm going to do is get to the olive oil. And I'll have to open up another one just to make sure I've got the olive oil all the way to the top. So you, again, you know, we've talked about this before. Air is an enemy to all these things. And once I get this preserved, once I get this the way it should be, and it sits for several days, I'll do it probably a couple of months or so. And once everything is together, and I can get out some of it and drain some of it, that'll be okay. But anyway, once I get the solution ready, we're going to make some salve out of this. Now, I've already got some started. Now, this is my cool, dry place. This is under the cabinet right here. So I have some started right here. Now, the only thing in this solution is rubbing alcohol in the leaves. And I just barely cut the leaves up. And what's happening is that awesome residue from the leaves is coming down into that rubbing alcohol. All I'm going to have to do is drain that out, pour it in a bottle, like a spray bottle, something kind of like that. I love these. These are great. So I'll probably spray some into that. And make sure you label everything, because I'm just telling you, these leaves right here look like green tea leaves. They could look like any kind of herb you have. It could look like basil leaves. So I am going to go ahead and label that. And put the date on it. That's extremely important too, because I'm telling you, when you make lots of this stuff, and if you're like me, when you get older, time flies by anyway. And so I will label it, put the date on it. And just wanted to show you this right here is syrup. Yeah, this is maple syrup. I told you about that. We'll make this one day, and you'll see how this is made. I don't have to pay $20 for something this size in the grocery store. Just make it myself. The key is that you use maple extract, not flavoring. You're going to spend a little more for it, but it will definitely pay for itself the first 2 times you use it. So anyway, that's just going to be another little side note. Something else we're going to do a little bit later. Again, there we go.
Yes, that's an important side note. Always use the extract and not the flavoring. It's going to cost you a little bit more, but I'm just telling you, it is worth every single penny, and it's going to last a lifetime. I have vanilla flavoring that is several years old because it's my own natural vanilla flavoring, because I use vanilla beans in that. And oh man, it's like the best. You can open up the jar and it still smells good. Let's go ahead. This is the last video, and then I'm excited to get back with you before we leave. So here we go.
Hey guys, just wanted to show you what I like to do with any of the leaves. That could be any of the comfrey. These just happen to be the beauty berry leaves. If you want to dry them, you can use a food dehydrator. But something I've found is if you'll just get an old screen, you can even use some chicken wire, as long as, the leaves are not going to fall through the chicken wire. So you got to find something that's going to have like a tight-knit mesh to it, something kind of like this. But what I found is the leaves seem to have better properties if you'll just let them dry in a car instead of using the food dehydrator. Now, food dehydrators are great. But what I'm saying is, it just seems like, I don't know, when you're getting the properties out of the leaves, it just seems they do better when they dry like this. Now, my grandmothers both used to do this all the time. They would always dry apples, made the best fried apple pies you could ever put in your mouth. And so they would get the apples, and they would put them on a screen and let them dry on the screen. It would take several days to do it. And they'd put them inside the car. And that heat inside the car is going to dry these things. It's just the right way. Now, these still need just a little bit more time. Now, you're going to know they're ready, and I'll show you. When you do this and they start crumbling, you know you've got it. Now, it's making a sound. You can hear that. But see, it's still not crumbling apart. Just a little bit. So these are going to have to set in the sun just a little bit longer. So you can see just a little bit of crumble. They need to crumble all the way. Let's see if I can find maybe a smaller one might do it. No, they still got to spend a little more time in the sun. This one might. Let's see what this one does. Okay, that does a lot better. Okay, so this is how you want it to be. I'm sorry I got the camera. I hope you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so I've got my bowl here. That's how it needs to crumble. That's how the cookie, as you want to say, needs to crumble. Just like that. Okay. Again, I'll try another one and see how this one is not crumbling as much as the other one did. It still needs to stay in the sun just a little bit longer. Okay. All right, guys. Thanks for watching, and we're going to use these leaves and put them when they're ready. We're going ahead and put these in some real good olive oil. And these to be extra virgin olive oil. We'll put those and let it set for several months. And then we're going to make a salve to go on your skin. It's going to help you if you're prone to mosquitoes and all kinds of bugs like I am. Take care.
Do take care. No bugs for you, okay? Okay, it'll be just a few months now before we can make a salve, because the properties really have to blend in really good with that olive oil. Now, at least once per week, you want to get a big wooden spoon and just go down to that and just to kind of stir it up really good as well. We're going to have to call it a day. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.